And the microphone is back on for another Friday weekly wrap. Hello everyone, my name is Max and it is Biz by the Water, your favorite sporting podcast. It's been quite an interesting week in the sporting world leading up. It's sort of an eerily quietness leading up to Senior Metros, which is next weekend. But tomorrow there is a Sydney Uni meet and we'll chat about that a bit later. But during the week we chatted all about SOPAC's surprise renovations and that is now since finished. But I think there's a few things at SOPAC that are brand new. Like, I know it doesn't sound that interesting, but the pool grates do seem pretty clean and brand new. And looking at the end near the entrance, the end where they do the 50 meters, that's sort of blocked off. I was there yesterday watching my sister diving, and of course, looking at the end where they do it, just where the blocks are, they have a lot of caution signs and a mat saying caution slippery. So I think that's where they did some of the renovations. But yeah, that was great to see SOPAC getting some much needed love and attention. Looking over at what we did in the full show on Wednesday, we chatted all about carb loading and whether or not it actually works. And I think we came to the conclusion it does. We also chatted about some coaching tips. And this week, I'm happy to say I completed the first step to my development coaching license. I did the intro to swimming coaching course. And that was great. I learned a few things doing it. The quiz at the end was quite simple though. It was, some of the questions were, well, there was one part that was quite hard, but the easier questions were, how many butterfly kicks do you do on a breaststroke pullout? Of course, one. But at the Olympics in 2016, they did do a few more. If you do look at that in the 100 breaststroke at the 2016 Olympics, they did do a few when they dive in, but no disqualifications there. Anyway, yeah, looking at also back at that quiz, some of the what questions were like, what's the IM order or the IM relay orders? Of course, stuff like that. I think it's based for people who are sort of new to swimming coaching. So yeah, as someone with me with a fair bit of experience, as cocky as that did sound, I swear I did not mean that. But yeah, look, I've been swimming. This is my 8th year going into competitive swimming. Wow, and I do feel very, very old. But yeah, look, not much else happening in the sporting world. We did chat about Chris Feidler last weekend and his shock suspension from Swimming Australia. No news on that just yet. And yeah, look, it's been a great week in the swimming world. Training again, Sydney Uni meet tomorrow. That should be really, really fun. Looking forward to getting back into the pool and doing some races. Just 50s tomorrow. And then, of course, next weekend we have Senior Metros. That's on Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday. 3 sessions. That should be great fun to get back out there. I think it's the first major meet for the seniors of 2026. And I think that there's some more Speedo sprints to come. I think Northwest should be not next week. Actually, should be this weekend, actually. So yeah, that should be great to see how that all goes. Northwest is one of the more hotly contested areas with, of course, Carlisle and Auburn and a few other clubs over there. Southeast and Southwest were last weekend, and I was there doing some work at my swimming school out at Olympic Park. And that was some great fun to watch some of the races. Great energy at Speedo sprints. I've always said that they should include the 100 freestyle Speedo sprints because, of course, it is a sprint. But, of course, yeah, we'll leave that up to the people who make the decisions. Anyway, this is Biz by the Water, your favorite sporting podcast. Another weekly wrap. I'll see you all on Sunday.